spoilers for the base game, Downpour and Watcher. This video should be short compilation of information from my document titled Decryption of Rainworld's Language and Other Weird Stuff. Karma 6 to 10 are these karma symbols you unlock by talking to an echo or petals. There is no direct mention of the symbols' meaning anywhere, and yet they, or rather, what they represent, is absolutely everywhere. The only direct tie back to the symbols is their appearance in the karma wheel. What the karma symbols represent and what they mean are similar, but they have distinct differences. What the karma symbols represent are the concepts that fall under the symbol group, the four sapient dispositions. And what the karma symbols mean are referring to the meanings of the symbols itself. I'll talk about what they represent first, because I literally have to, so that I can tell you why their karma symbols mean what they mean. If you only want the meanings of karma level 6 to 10 though, then here you go. No need to watch the entire video, unless you wanna know why they're like that, and what echoes are chained by these karma levels. Then please do watch the entire video. Okay, now back to what they represent. Karma 7 represents being, 8 represents life, 9 represents attachment, and 10 represents physical. Karma 6 doesn't represent anything. These concepts that are being represented belong to the four sapient dispositions, a symbol group like the 5 natural urges. I call it that because it has 4 parts, each part meaning something that only intelligent creatures worry about. Being, life, attachment, and physical. Said parts also look like they're drawing an X, and that's pretty cool. There is actually a line of dialogue that implies this symbol group's theme of being about intelligent creatures, which comes from Grains of Gravel.
Your attunement has become much closer to ours.
This is because receiving the mark automatically unlocks at least 2 more karma levels, which makes you more intelligent like them. I'll explain what the dispositions mean now, and why they mean that. First, being. It's about who and what you are as a person. Perhaps even your very being. I found out Karma 7 represented being because the symbols, survival, champion, and expedition leader, had this singular vertical line in the middle. And these symbols were very much about a person. Second, life. It's about being alive, or the life you live. Depends on the context. It's actually the last of the dispositions that I gave a name to. I was doubtful of life's exact meaning at first when I figured out that the top part of survival meant something like life. But I made it official later when I found out it fit other symbols that had life in some part of its structure. Like symbols that have a similar structure to survival, and symbols that involve someone's life. Third, attachment. It's short for emotional attachment. It's anything that you care about, positive, indifferent, or negative. Spinning top sphere of what comes after ascension is a good example of a negative attachment. They are attached to that concept, which presents itself through a negative reaction, that is fear. It's used in the room pipes, with a meaning attachment that leads to another room in that specific context. And it's the one artificer couldn't ascend past because they still missed their dead children. Wait, was this actually intentional? I mean, it's Downpour, it's an alternate universe. I don't think it is intentional. Fourth, physical. It's about material things. These are things that you can touch, so this was given the name physical. This was the easiest one to guess. Not only does it make up 4 of the 5 lines used in gluttony, which is basically materialism, and is the maximum amount of times a type of symbol element can appear in a symbol cell. It's also the final karma level that you ascend past by taking a long swim in the worm ocean. Okay, now for their karma symbols and why they mean what they mean. I'm gonna be as hand-holdy as I can with this. Karma 6 means a peaceful being unbothered by the idea of themselves and the idea of others' materials, or in short, non-materialistic. It's like the transition between ascending past being a simple-minded being to taking the first step to being more intelligent. The symbols like that, because these symbols mean peace. And there's 4 of them, so it corresponds to physical, the 4th sapient disposition. So those symbols mean peaceful materials. The big peace symbol just means peaceful being though, which corresponds to the 1st sapient disposition, being. This is because there's only one of them, and because that peace symbol is separate from the rest of the symbol. It wouldn't really make sense for them to be merged, even if it looks like they are, because that would lead to more than 4 of a single element being present at once, which would literally break the sapient dispositions part of their meaning. It's also this symbol cell, which are the invisible orders of a symbol or group of symbols. Within a symbol cell, there are 5 separate vertical areas that determine who the symbol is referring to. The left area refers to the person talking, or self for short. The middle refers to the very idea of it, or idea for short. And the right refers to other people, or other for short. The 2 remaining areas that I haven't talked about yet are directly beside idea. The area between idea and self refers to the idea of the person talking, or idea self for short. While the area between idea and other refers to the idea of other people, or idea other for short. Which means these peace symbols on the left fall under idea, idea self, and self, because that's where its very left and right sides are located. While the ones on the right fall under idea, idea other, and other. Karma 7 means a peaceful being indulging in the idea of and in others' identities, unbothered by their own and others' attachments. Or in short, sociable but unattached. It's the same as Karma 6, except this peace symbol is replaced with an indulge line, so we have to change its meaning. First, since there's only 3 peace symbols now, they mean peaceful attachments, to correspond with attachment, the 3rd sapient disposition. Second, the peace symbol I mentioned earlier is now indulge. And because the indulge line is drawn from the top right to the bottom left, part of its meaning can be either being or life. That part is being if there's only one of them. But if there's 2 near each other, it means life. Because there's only one of them, it means being. For the 3rd part of its meaning, it falls under not only the idea other area, but also the idea and other areas because that's where both of its points lie. The 4th part of its meaning that I only ever acknowledge through which symbol elements I interpret first is how important it is to the symbol's overall meaning. Since this line is near the top, it's one of the more important parts of the symbol's meaning. However, it's only the 2nd most important, along with a peace symbol to its left, because peace being is already at the very top. Which makes that part of the symbol mean indulging in the idea of and in others' identities. Karma 8 means a peaceful being having an identity in a life unbothered by their own and others' lives, or in short, unbothered personhood. Same thing as Karma 7. But the indulge line and the peace symbol in the bottom left have been replaced with a has line. Now, the reason why it's a has line instead of indulge life is because a has line is just one really big line, which is what's in the symbol. Indulge life would have a visible gap between the 2 lines. Sure, the meanings of those 2 lines are similar, and their only visual difference is how long they are, but they are different. Anyways, part of a has line's meaning can be 4 different things, depending on how it's drawn. Being and life, attachment and physical, being and attachment, or life and physical. The has line in this symbol is drawn from the top right to the bottom left, so it means has being and life. And there's only 2 peace symbols left, so they now mean peaceful life, to correspond with life, the 2nd sapient disposition. Karma 9 means a peaceful being having an identity in a life, also indulging in the idea of an end, their attachments. They're unbothered by the idea of others' materials, or in short, attached personhood. This time, the symbol has both an indulge and has line. The has line means the same thing as the one from Karma 8, but the indulge line is a bit different. It's now under the idea and self areas, and because it's drawn from the top left to the bottom right, part of its meaning can now mean either attachment or physical. Attachment if there's only one of them, or physical if there's two of them beside each other. Again, because there's only one of these lines present, it means attachment. So, the indulge line means indulging in the idea of an end, their attachments. There's only one peace symbol left, so it now means peaceful being. Karma 10 means ascension, no other way around it. The achievement says this, and they're undoubtedly canon. Its full meaning is a peaceful being's ascension, and it's made up of the symbols peaceful being and ascend. I guess I'll give you its meaning based on the dissection anyway, but keep in mind, it's absolutely not canon. The dissection says that it means a peaceful being having an identity, life, attachments, and material body, or sapient person for short. This is because there are now two has lines. One means has being and life, while the other means has attachment and physical. That's all for the symbols. But there's actually some bonus bits of information that I want to share with you guys. Some of the echoes are chained by these karma levels. Here's a list of them, the karma levels that keep them attached to the material world, and why. For the echoes in the base game, the echo in Chimney Canopy, 19 Spades, Endless Reflections, is chained by their unbothered personhood karma level because of multiple things. First, by how they focus on being esteemed by their peers. Second, by how they pridefully say they had progeny or descendants, aka a legacy. And third, because of their memories. The echo in Shaded Citadel, 4 needles under plentiful leaves, is chained by their sociable but unattached karma level because of how much they talk about other people. Through them describing their ascension, asking if the others knew that they were now an echo, and if they should be ashamed. I include the feeling of shame here, because shame relies on other people, which fits in with this karma level symbol's full meaning. Worrying about others' opinions of a benefactor wishing they had a material body could fit under worrying about other people. The echo in Farm Arrays, of L18 Amber Beads, is chained by their attached personhood karma level, because they're attached to Farm Arrays itself. Now, for the Downpour exclusive echoes. The echo in Metropolis, 12 Beats Among Burning Skies, tells you what their chains are if you talk to them as any slug cat that isn't Artificer. They were, before they turned into an echo, chained by their unbothered personhood karma level, because they were blinded by fervor and pride. Now that they're an echo, they're chained by their attached personhood karma level, because they are bound by recollections of those who they could not leave behind. The echo in Undergrowth, Rhinestones Beneath Shattered Glass, is chained by their non-materialistic karma level, because they're appreciating the material world rather than fighting any internal battles. The echo in Frigid Coast, Distant Towers Upon Cracked Earth, is chained by their unbothered personhood karma level, because they focus on their work on the iterators. The echo in Desolate Fields, of L18 Amber Beads, is chained by their attached personhood karma level, because they're still thinking about Farm Arrays. And now, for Spinning Top. Spinning Top was, before they became an echo, chained by their attached personhood karma level, because of their worries of what comes after ascension. This is hinted at by their dialogue in the room, with a void fluid path, where they say something along the lines of, I will accept what is next. But when they became an echo, they gained another chain that can also be connected to that karma level of wanting to be remembered by their mothers, fathers, and crashmates. There's more evidence supporting the fact that they were chained by that karma level because of how they were able to ascend after just meeting Watcher multiple times. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to make a quick video on the straight-up canon meaning of these symbols because the last time I checked up on the lore side of the community, you guys didn't know this stuff. And honestly, I just wanted to drop off this huge chunk of research before I get too tired to keep researching this game's language. If you guys already knew that though, oops. I don't actually interact with the community that much, so yeah, lol. Good night.